Okay, this is 70 to 73, and I'm going to try to do this in under 10 minutes. So, let's see if we can do this fast. On number 70, if you don't remember what the actual rule was, it never hurts to actually work it all out. So, what I did, so originally, the circle came with these two right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually draw another triangle. I'm going to draw a triangle right here. Okay. Now, from here, from just drawing that piece of triangle, it actually, you should be able to figure out what x is. It's actually very easy. So half of 21 is going to be, what is that, 10.5, right? So this angle in here is going to be 10.5 degrees right in here. Okay, because it's half of 21, right? 21 divided by 2. And then 62 and this angle that I'm going to do in purple are at a linear pair. So 180 minus 62 makes it just 118. Okay. Now 118, so this is 118. That's 10.5 plus this one in pink. Let's call this question mark, right? That's a triangle right here. So 10.5 plus 118 plus what is going to give you 180, because that's still a triangle in here. And then once you find the pink one, it's double the pink one, should give you the value of x right over here. So double the pink one should give you the value of x once you do subtract from 180. Okay, next one, 71. I'm going to set you up on this. You should be able to handle the rest of it on your own. So you have a line and you have a circle. Whatever it is, the circle and this line, the line is going to go down like this. Okay, and your circle has a radius of whatever the square root of 8 is, 2.8, right? So, and it's in the center. So there's a circle, there's the line. It will intersect each other at 2 points. Where those 2 points are is the goal of the game. You have to actually give me the coordinates. Now, the fastest way to do this is to solve the system algebraically. So, since they're both not equal to y, my advice would be to take the negative x and plug it in for the y with the parentheses around it. And you should get x squared plus negative x squared is equal to 8. Well, negative 1 squared is just 1 squared. So anything you put in there is still going to be x squared equals 8. So 2x squared equals 8. Solve for x. You should get two different answers, a plus and a minus. Okay. Then take both of those answers, plug them back into your equations and get the y values, because you need x and y for where that circle actually meets that line. Okay, that was 71. And then it's number 72. You feel free to press pause for a second and copy this down. It's up to you. I'm going to give you the layman's terms of what they did here. So basically the question was, prove that AD is congruent to A or is equal to AF. So we did this in class and I used one of the theories. So if you know their tangent, that means both of these angles here have to be 90-degree angles. So these are radii, so they're going to be equal to each other because they're both radii. And then you also have this line E to A, which is actually congruent to itself. So technically you have two triangles, and the reason they're congruent is because of, if you look at it, it'd be side-side angle, but we don't really have side-side angle as a postulate, but we do have hypotenuse leg. So by default, if you know the base, if you know the bottom of the short legs are equal, and you know the hypotenuse of both ones are going to be equal, then there's absolutely no choice but for the remaining two sides, which is in this case AF and DA, to actually be congruent. All right, so it's by hypotenuse leg, or reality, more like side angle side, if anything. But it wants you to do a flow chart for it. So there's a flow chart. And then the last one, which is actually a little bit more of an interesting problem, is a 6-year-old house, okay, is now worth $175,000. So obviously they're not in California, because that would never happen. It appreciates at an annual rate of 5%. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 years old. So that means right now it was $175,000. Okay, you don't know how much it was when you first bought it, but you do know that it's been going up at a rate of 5%, increasing at a rate of 5%. So if I were to do this as an equation, it would start to look something like, actually the first question is, what is the multiplier that you need to use in this situation? Well, your multiplier is 100% plus 5%, and I'm adding 100% to 5% because I'm increasing. It's going to appreciate in value, which means it's going to go up. 105%, which basically turns into 1.05. So this is the multiplier. Okay. What did the house cost when it was new? Okay, well, I guess we got to go backwards. No, we can figure this out. Oh, this would be perfect. We could totally figure this out. Okay, so basically we need to solve for, we need to get it in y equals a times b to the, I guess t, because it wants us to use t. All right, well, we know 6 and 175,000, and we know b. Your multiplier is actually the b value. So 6 is going to be my x. 175,000 is going to be my y. So y is 175,000 is going to equal a. That we don't know. A is going to be our starting value. How much did the house actually cost when we first bought it? B is 1.05, and we know t, or time, or in this case, I guess we can say x, is going to be 6. Okay. Well, this should be easy to do. So 1.05 to the 6th power. 1.05 to the 6th power. Okay, so that means a times 1.34. Okay, well, I'm rounding. So 1.34 is 75,000. So divide by 1.34 on both sides. 1.34 on both sides. So 7,500 divided by 1.34 on both sides should get a value somewhere around 130,58. I don't know, I'm going to round 588 because I'm assuming that the house can cost 0.69 cents or something like that. So that means when we first bought the house, 130,588. That's how much money it cost, which again is definitely not in California. Unless, you know, you're buying a 1-bedroom something or another. So that was 73. Yes, 8 minutes. All right, guys, I'm going home. You have a good rest of the evening.